Hello, 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 y'all. Guess what? It's Tuesday night. Yes, it's Tuesday night, and y'all know how we do. I think my snaps was off. They sure was. But however, it is Tuesday night, and y'all know how we do. It is Build Your Salon Business Talk. We got to come in here and talk to you, give you some information, give you some tools, some tips, some tricks, all that juicy stuff that you need in order to grow your beauty business better. Natural hair salon, nail salon, barbershop. I don't care what you have. Tips are tips. I need you to listen, to absorb, to digest, and to implement the things that you pull away from Build Your Salon Business Talk. We are all about sharing information. We are all about helping you get to your next level. We are all about inspiring you and motivating you and giving you tools that you can use to be like, you know what? I got a takeaway from that tonight. So before we get started, what I need you to do is hit that share button. Go ahead on and share this out. We got plenty of time tonight to give you the information, and we want you to share this out right now so that your fellow stylists can tune into and get this information, because sharing is caring. That is how we all get ahead in this industry, right? We gotta pull somebody else that's sliding down in the back. We gotta go ahead on and snatch them out. And the one way that you could snatch them and bring them up forward is by sharing this video. So they could be like, you know what, girl? Y'all can have a whole conversation, and I guarantee you that you two may not learn the same thing. That way you can grow off each other and get to your next level in business. So that's what this platform is all about. We are all about collaborating with other beauty professionals that have the information that we need in order to grow. Our special guest tonight, she has 23 years experience. She's a natural stylist and an educator, and I can't wait to talk to her. But before we jump into that, right, let me tell you about a little bit about who I am. I know you like, who's this lady? She's talking about hit this share button, make sure I give some hearts, give the thumbs up when things are right. But who is she? Well, I'm ElishaMonique. I am your host. I am a salon stylist coach. I am a product development consultant, and I am a salon business builder expert. I partner with salon owners and salon suite stylists to understand first and foremost where you are, to help you re-struggle. See, the struggle is real, y'all, but I want to help you reestablish your back end structure so that we can increase your income. We can build that clientele. We can build your team. We can develop that product line, possibly, all while becoming a scalable and profitable business. That's my objective, and that's what I do. But tonight, I have a special guest. So let me stop talking so we can get on with it. I know you're ready, right? Grab your pens, grab your papers. As usual, we are ready to get into our special guest, right? Our special guest tonight is Maria Thompson. She has 23 years experience. So you know good and well we're going to learn something tonight. And even if you coming in like, I love Maria, Maria got some tips. And we want to get those tips tonight. She's also a natural stylist and an educator. So without further ado, let me bring her on. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Yes. How are we doing tonight?
You have way too much energy. I want
I
to drink
know.
whatever you're drinking. I want some.
It's just natural. It's a natural high.
I hear you. And
So
keep it going.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for joining us tonight. So tell us who you are. Who is Maria Thompson? We don't know who she is. So fill us in.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on your platform. I really do appreciate the opportunity to share my knowledge with everybody else. So, I am Maria Thompson. I am the owner of Twist and Curves, and I specialize in braids, locks, twists, and natural hair. Um, Out of all the things I just mentioned, I enjoy lots and educating the most. That's what I really enjoy doing. I'm also a platform artist. I was an educator with Mazani. I was on their design team. I was also brought in to train their stylists on, the edits of natural hair. That was years ago when the whole natural hair industry just went boom.
Wow.
And
Right.
everybody wanted to know about natural hair. I enjoyed that journey. I enjoyed working with other artists, and I learned, even though I was brought on to educate them, I also learned from them.
Mm.
So that was one of the things I enjoyed. I'm also a master pioneer in the natural hair industry. I was honored in 2013, so that was a wonderful thing to be honored by your peers in the industry too. I
Mm-hmm.
also own my own hair brand, which I'll talk about a little more further on down the road. But in a nutshell, that's me.
All right. Well, I don't think that was a nutshell. No,
Uh-oh.
that was more than a nutshell, y'all. Wouldn't y'all agree? Hit the thumbs up if y'all like that wasn't a nutshell. No, ma'am.
In a
We
in a nutshell.
right. Maybe well a walnut shell because it sure wasn't in a little pistachio shell. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out. We're going to get into a little bit later and talk about this hairline, definitely. We're going to jump into that. And I know you guys have some questions. So if you have any questions, please, guys, I want you to write your questions in a comment. We want to be able to answer any and
Right.
every question that you have tonight. And I am a huge believer in you don't know what you don't know,
There you go.
and you need to ask. If we don't have the answer, I guarantee you, we're gonna find the answer for you. So if you don't know, I'm gonna say, listen, hold tight. We're gonna find the answer for you, right? But
Right.
between 23 years experience with twisting curves over here, and I myself have 18, we kind of got an answer for you. But if not, we're gonna go ahead on and search it. So make sure that you ask all your questions that you have for us tonight.
Right.
Now,
Right.
Maria, let's jump into some questions because we had some stuff that we want to know, and I know you guys got some things you want to know. And as always, we're going to jump into our first question, right?
Right.
So, 23 years is a long journey, and we know you know some stuff. We know you've been some places that's up here, and we know you've been some places that's down here, as all of us have been. And you have a pioneer in this industry. You have to say that slowly. As a pioneer in this industry.
You are too much. I told you, whatever you had, I want some. In this COVID climate, I need some of that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But as
Keep
a
it up now.
pioneer in this industry,
Oh, keep it
we
up.
want to know along this journey, we know it wasn't easy. So if you could just go back, right? Just imagine this. If you can go back into like a beauty school student or somebody who's like, I got this, I don't need no help. If you could just reach back and just give this person one major lesson, what would this lesson be? Like, what is this? Because I'm going to snatch this lesson too. And I hope you guys are ready. I don't care how long you've been in the industry. I need y'all to snatch this lesson. What is it that you can share with us?
Um, you kind of said it. What I was about to say. The first thing is we never know enough.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I've been in, I mean, I'm licensed for 23 years, but I've been in the industry much longer than 23 years. And as long as I've been in the industry, I'm still learning. I
Right.
am always learning and never think that you know enough. And when you come out of cosmetology school, you have just scratched the surface of where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of have a roadmap of where you want to go. Stay focused and don't let anything stop you.
Right.
Like, for instance, when I was in school, I was going through my divorce. So there was a lot of issues with me in terms of self esteem, my confidence. I had been a mother for how many years? I had a disabled child that passed away. So my whole life up until that point was taking care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
Now I had to turn the focus on me, and that wasn't easy because I wasn't used to that. So my self esteem was kind of down there. I laid out a plan of action. I went to school. I wanted my work published in magazines. I wanted to teach, um, and just regain who Maria is,
Mm-hmm.
who Maria was, I should say. So before I finished school, I had my work. Oh, and also have my work published in Essence magazine. The
Okay.
magazines back in the day, that was our social media. That's how
Mm-hmm.
we met everybody. And
Right.
sure enough, I before I finished school, I had my work published, and subsequently from there, most of the magazines you would always see my work. I made sure that I kept up there in the public eye because that was my way of branding my business. Um, but one of the other advices I would give someone is when you're in school, don't think you have it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm finished with school, I can go out and open up my own business. That's the
Right.
biggest mistake. I don't know if you want to elaborate. I don't know what other questions you have, but that's one of the biggest mistake that you will make is running out of cosmetology school thinking, oh, I'm a cosmetologist and I can do hair. No, you can't. You don't know how to do anything. Trust me. I remember a story someone said years ago. Same thing. She thought she knew it all,
Mm-hmm.
and someone said to her, "Go work for an in a salon, a big salon that knew what they were about, had a wonderful structure, and that's what she did. But when she got in there, because she thought she knew everything, they asked her to sweep the floors, shampoo, hair, bits and pieces like that, and she was highly insulted.
Mm.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist. Why would I want to do that? Looking fast forward to where she is today and looking back, one of the things that she said is that I learned a valuable lesson that I didn't know anything. And that was the best thing that I could have done. Because I say the same thing. When I work in a salon, I learn from others.
Right.
Everybody wants to be in a salon suite. But when you come out, salon suite is not the best way to go. You want to work in a salon where you're working with other people and you're learning and you're growing. Because any questions you have someone to bounce off. Once you have a few years under your belt and you understand
Mm-hmm.
the business operations of a salon, then you can open up a salon.
Right.
So my number one advice is don't rush to open up a salon.
Right. I love that. Yes. Don't rush to open up a salon. And you know what? I see that a lot. I see a lot of people coming out of beauty school and they go right into, the salon suite because they probably have been practicing hair at home and now they got the piece of paper under their belt. So they're either want to set up an actual salon inside their home, or they go to an actual salon suite and then from there they try and run an actual full service salon, and they don't really succeed well because like you mentioned, they don't have the knowledge of how to run an actual business. And that's
Business, there
something
you
that you're
go.
not taught in school at all. Like, they don't
Yeah,
teach you how to run a business. You got that one little chapter in the beginning of the book that tell you about you got to have business cards, yada yada yada, but that's not really being, feet on the ground out there working and seeing the mistakes that a salon owner has made it. And you like, yup, note to self, let me write that down for when I own my
right,
salon. Because we read a lot and we see other lot and we see other people and like, well, if they run a salon, I could run a salon. It's not that hard. Let me go out here and let me
right.
do this. And then next thing you know, it's like, okay, I'm about to shut this down. I'm going to a salon suite because I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with people, and they using up too much product, because that's all a part of learning how to operate,
There you
as a
go.
business. So I love the fact that you mentioned that. So for all of you guys out there that are new to the industry, just now coming in, it doesn't matter how old you are. The point is that you can never know enough. And if you're new to the industry, don't go in a salon suite, go into an open atmosphere, like
There you go.
get your feet wet a little bit to see what real world is like, because being in the school and actually being in real world, it's
Two
two
different
completely
things.
different
Two
atmospheres.
different
Like
things.
it.
And if you're paying rent at home,
Mm-hmm.
you also have to pay rent at the salon suite. So if you're
Exactly.
paying you're paying $1,200 at home and then you're paying another $1,200 in a salon suite, you don't have any clients, you don't have any experience, or not even a salon suite. You open up your own full-fledged business. You've got light bill, water bill, operating expenses, and you have to pay your rent. And you're like, hold on a minute, all of that comes up to $3,000, and I've got my rent at home. Now we're talking $4,500, but you're only making $500 a week. Do the math.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you have to do a feasibility analysis, and that's what a lot of cosmetologists don't understand. Cutting hair is
Mm-hmm.
not running a business. That's not
Right.
knowing how, I should say, that's not knowing how to run a business.
Right, right. I love it. Yes, Valerie said after 10 years, I feel I now really understand, right? So there's no, it just comes a point in your life where you like, I get it. And
Right,
Valerie, hats off to you that you like, I get it. That's the huge outcome right there, is when you finally get it. When you get it,
right.
it ain't, now you got to get something else, Valerie. So Thank you, Valerie, for that comment. She got it now, and we're going to need Valerie to get the next step. So this is why we have this platform, so we can bring on our special guests that can share the knowledge that you like. You know what? I'm connecting the dots now. I'm putting the pieces together. Because if you've heard plenty of our guests come on and say, don't come out of beauty school and go into salon suite. Don't come out of beauty school and go into salon suite. After about a certain amount of times you hear that, it should click that, you know what? When I come out of beauty school, I'm not going to go in the salon suite. Like, let me go over here and deal with all of these people and see what it's like. Let me see what it's about. Let me see what else I can learn. I've learned a lot working in an open atmosphere. I learned what I like and I learned what I don't like. But being in that atmosphere, like you said, you get to bounce ideas off of other people. Even if you are experienced and you know it, it's always great to tell it to somebody else, just to reiterate what you already know. And I do that a lot. Like, when I'm in the salon and I'm working and I'm doing with color formulas, I'll be like, hey, listen to this. So her hair look like this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. What you think? And it's literally not that I'm questioning myself. I just need to double check and make sure I'm right. Like, tell me what I'm saying makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And when that person is like, that worked, you like, okay, cool. So now you can go out and you can do it and it perform it, and now it looks right. Because it's like you just have that second person like, yep. Or they might tweak it and give you better advice. When you're in a suite or you're at home and you don't have anybody to tweak advice to. You don't have anybody to bounce an idea off. You got to call somebody. And you need that instant, yup, girl, that's right. Go ahead on and do that. Or somebody to be like, you know what? I saw that work you did earlier. That was cute. You know, that's your confidence booster. So
that's so true. Because I've been braiding for years. Long before I was licensed, I was a braider. And I remember when all the new techniques came out, and I thought to myself, someone must be teaching these, because there's no way you're just going to get up and just do them without knowing how to. Finally, I took a class on the Senegalese twist. And when I took the class, I still didn't get it. For some unknown reason, the way she was teaching me, it just wasn't clicking. And I was frustrated because obviously I paid my money to take this class, but yet I still didn't know how to. I took another class in New York that was teaching. Actually, the first one I took was just the one technique. The second one I took was a bunch of techniques. And lo and behold, in the class, when she got around to teaching the Senegalese twist, she said, those of you who twist to the left, go over here. Those of you who twist to the right, go over here. And of course, let's see now. I twist to the right.
You had to figure it out.
So sure enough, I went over that side, and as soon as she did it, bam, I went back to my mannequin and I picked it up right away.
Wow.
So I always use that to say, you know, education is key. It works both ways. From the standpoint of the student, take your classes from more than one person. If you take a cutting class from Freddie J, take a cutting class from Denise Michelle, because they've got different styles, and you might find something that works easier for you. When I also took the class, because I was braiding for so many years, I realized then that I wanted to be an educator. So from an education standpoint, I realized you really have to understand what you're teaching to be an educator, because the first class I went to, if she really knew what she was doing, she would have asked me first, let me see you do a 2-strand twist. At that point, she would have ascertained that I twist in the opposite direction to her.
So let me see.
And that way, the way she was teaching me how to do the Senegalese twist was very difficult for me, because I didn't naturally twist that way. And that's another thing, when you understand and know what you're doing, that's how you're able to become a better educator. Because another thing too, a lot of people feel just because they know how to cut some hair, or they know how to, you know, do a braid, that makes them now an educator. You have to know what you're doing and how you're teaching, and making sure your students are receiving and understanding, so that way when you're finished, even if they haven't got the technique down correctly,
Mm-hmm.
they have the concept down
Exactly.
and they have the pattern down, and they know all they have to do is go home
And
and
perfect
practice,
it.
and there you go. There you
Exactly.
go.
Yep. I love it. You made me started thinking like, well, okay, where did I go?
I know,
I
right?
think I go that. I think I go to the. I don't remember. I know I roll my fingers. I roll it together. So
Yeah,
the way you
yeah.
think I'm rolling, I'm actually. I think I twist the opposite way. However that is. But like you said, if she would have saw how you did it, it would
See,
have
you can
100%
either
clicked.
twist this way, which is the way I naturally twist,
Or you can
but
go the other
some
way.
people twist this way,
That's
and
that's
I
that's
don't
like
naturally twist that way.
exactly. But that's like learning a haircut from someone who is left-handed.
Right,
I
right.
can't see that, and I never get it. If the person is left-handed, I could never watch it. I always walk away just because they're
Okay.
left-handed, and it throws me off. Like I have to walk away, know that they're left-handed, and come back
Right,
because I have to look at it from a different angle because they're
right.
left-handed. It don't click at all to me. So I love the fact that you mentioned that. Like you can never know enough, but at the same time, it can take you multiple times, from
Right.
taking different classes before it actually click. But the click is to figure out when it clicks. Like when that moment happens, you like, I got it. Now you can move on to, okay, I can master this now. Let me perfect it more and more and more. Let me work on time management because now I
Elisha,
got technique.
keep talking. I just realized that my battery is about to die, so I
Oh
need to
no.
plug in.
Don't tell me you're pulling a Teddy Riley on us.
I know
Go
I
ahead
thought
on and
about
get
that. You all, please don't make any memes of
yes,
Maria
and
trying
we're
to
not
plug
gonna
her
make any
battery.
means from you. Just
Let me
go
get
ahead
the
on.
light man going.
We are not gonna do that. We are not gonna pull a Teddy Riley tonight. Listen, y'all. But Maria Thompson did share some great information with us on how we learn. And when you're taking different classes from different people, it's always great to see it from different perspective. That way we can make sure that we fully understand it. Like I mentioned earlier, when I'm taking a class from someone who's left-handed, it's almost like it immediately do not click. And I have to literally walk away and know that okay, this is a left-handed person, this is how they do it, and then come back so I can
Okay.
see it better and I can understand it knowing that they're left-handed. But the minute they pull it out and it's in the left hand, I'm like, nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like it just seems wrong to me because it's backwards. So understanding how you learn and understanding knowing that you can never know enough is
There you
big.
go.
So I hope you guys are taking notes. Don't forget to give us those thumbs up. Go ahead on and share this out. Give us those hearts. We are sharing some great information with you guys tonight. So now since we have our cord in, we are rocking and rolling. We are ready to go. We're going to jump into our next question. Valerie also mentioned, she said, I grew more working with others. That's huge. And the fact that you actually realize that you grew more when you working with others is also great, because sometimes when we work with others, you have to realize the growth that you had as you move along in this journey. And sometimes you like, I'm not growing, I'm not learning nothing, I'm not understanding nothing. Everybody's this and that. But to sit down and take a moment and realize where you were and where you are now, that there's actually growth amongst working with others. So we're going to jump into our next question. Don't forget, guys, if you have any questions, please also pop you guys' question down in the comment box. And I want to be sure to ask all these questions. Listen, we're talking with Maria Thompson tonight. 23 years experience. Y'all know she got the knowledge. We already didn't experienced it. So we're going to jump into, we asked her about the journey. If she could tell one stylist who's new, who's coming into the industry, what is it that they need to know? But also with that, right? So now we're in the industry. We got our feet wet and we're going a little bit. We got some knowledge under our belt. We think we know everything, but then we realize that we are really not growing anymore. So what are 3 quick tips that you could share with other professionals who may be trying to get to their next level, their journey, whatever their highest is? What is 3 quick tips that you can give us? Like, what can we do? Because we're doers. We need something to do.
So what you want to make sure is take classes, continuing education. That's what you definitely have to do. A lot of people go to hair shows,
Mm-hmm.
and when they go to the hair shows, they walk around the floor and you hear them say, "Oh, the show was no good. I couldn't find this and that." Did you take any classes? Oh, they have classes? Yes, they
Right.
do. Did you pick up a program? No. Did you even go online? No. Yeah. Shows, all here shows have classes, and that's what you want to do. Is you're there to is to stay educated and make. And a lot of times, those the shows that you go to, the classes are free.
Mm-hmm.
It's free with your entrance. So you want to make sure that you're attending and taking advantage of all of those classes. I hate when I'm at, especially premiere, when I'm at the show, I'll hand out my little handouts and I'll say, "Oh, I'm teaching, a lock styling class tomorrow, this the next day, and blah blah blah." Oh wow, I didn't know they had classes. And then they ask, "Oh, the class is free." Make sure you map out what you need to do before you come to the show, because in addition to picking up your products, your main goal should be to attend the classes.
Right.
Some people say, "Oh, there wasn't really anybody at the show." That's because they were in the classroom
Right.
and you
Right.
wasn't.
Right.
Okay. So we are, the stuff I wrote down was also work in a salon before you open up your own business.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too is when you do go to the hair shows, even if you not sure if you want to open up a salon, booth rent, do a salon suite, take business classes.
Right.
They not only have the business classes at the hair shows, they have them in your community.
Mm-hmm.
Understand how the LLC works, sole proprietor, how to file your taxes, things that you can write off from what you can't write off. Learn how to run your business. That's where we all fail. Because
Yes.
look at what's going on right now.
Right.
Your stimulus check is based on whether you filed your taxes last year. And if
Mm-hmm.
you didn't file those taxes, you're fresh out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are, scrambling. Some could even apply for those loans. Someone just called me before I jumped on it, telling me about to go to, and I told them, I said, text it to me because I'm gonna forget. Business, small business.gov,
Okay.
something along that line.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got grants, and everybody knows if you get a grant, you don't have to
Don't
pay
have
it
to
back.
pay it back. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you need to find out what's available to you out there and apply for it.
Mm-hmm. So we have number one as continue education. We have number two as to work in open salons, and what's number three?
Take business classes.
Take business classes.
Yes.
Yes. So I love the fact that you mentioned that the business classes do not have to be at the shows. You can take business classes in your local area, from establishing business LLC, S corp, things like that that you mentioned. But they also have classes on tax preparation. They have classes on accounting. At your bank, you may find classes for
Right.
financial stability, or applying for a business loan, or things like that. You don't have to go and actually apply for the business loan, but if they have a class on that, it's always great to go out and see who's teaching it. Maybe they are offering other
There you
classes
go.
that you can be involved in as well. But if you don't take classes that's just not technical,
Right.
you're gonna fall short somewhere when it comes to running your business. So I love that. Continue your education, work in an open salon, and take business classes. So those were.
Also,
Mhm.
also, if you take a business class, it will show you how to write your business plan.
Yep.
That
Right.
is also key. I did a class in my community, and if you check, also be a member of the
Chamber of Commerce.
thank you. That's important because that's where you get a lot of information from if you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and that's how I found out. And it's a weird name. It was called Loaves and Fishes. It was in our community. Yeah, it was.
Right.
And I mean, back then, I think it cost me like not even $8. It was a
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous price to attend. It was an 8-week class, and we learned so much. And we had to write our business plan in the process. So, you know, if you're gonna run a business, run it properly.
Yes.
And that's why we fall down. And know
Yes.
your worth. You can't know your worth if you're not running your business properly.
Right. Right. Yes. And Valerie also mentioned, she said to read entrepreneur books. That's a good one
Yes.
too. Now I'm put a little twist on that, Valerie. Because some people probably like, I ain't got time to read a book. Go get the magazine. Go get the magazine. If you feel like you don't have time to read a whole entrepreneur book because it's not in your schedule, whatever your excuse is, it really doesn't matter. They have actual entrepreneur magazines. So go get your magazine, get a subscription to it so that it comes to your house every month and you can flip through it and you can pull out the important articles that you need to read at any specific time that you feel like, hey, let me read this article because reading this book is too much. I had to put that disclaimer out there, y'all. Go ahead on and get that thumbs up because somebody out there like, yeah, that was me. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay when you hit the thumbs up. We know it's you and we won't even say nothing because I'm gonna go ahead on and put the thumbs up because that's me also, because I'm like, this book is a little thick. Let me get this magazine over here that I could thumb through and I could read quick articles and I could gain the knowledge that I need in order to make my business continue to grow. Valerie also mentioned Audible too. Audible
I was just gonna say.
is a great way too, so you can listen to the actual book. Now, whatever your excuse is, I can't listen to Audible, I ain't got time. I don't care if it take you 2 years to read the book or listen to the book. Just listen to the book. You're gonna gain a new piece of information every time you can listen to the book. So those were great notes that she mentioned earlier. Thank you, Valerie, also for putting down in the comments, the things you have. She said we get plenty of time. Yeah, we do got plenty of time. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about that. But yes, so however, let's just jump into this hair product. Like, Maria Thompson of Twist and Curve has hair, y'all. She has hair extensions. What person do you know that has hair? Now, this is not a bundle, so we're going to throw that out there. We're not talking about bundle hair. We're not talking about wigs. We're not talking about custom units. We're not talking about lace frontals. We're not talking about 360s. We're not talking about tape infusions. We talking hair. Like, how y'all go to the store and get them Yaki packs that be 3 for $5? We're talking about that type of hair. So tell us about where did this come from, first of all? Why do we have hair?
So these are my curly twists, my sassy curly twists. I started doing this in the 90s, okay? And it's something that, like I said, we've been doing it for years. And what it is, the hair comes like this. A lot of people get it mixed up with the Bohemian twist and the spring twist, but it's a lot longer than the spring twist and the Bohemian twist. It's very different. And as you can see, this is what it looks like when it's finished. And you can also do these hairstyles here with it. You can basically do anything.
Okay.
And it is 2-strand. It doesn't work well if you leave it out because it will frizz. Okay, so same thing. You want to do a 2-strand twist with it. I do have videos on my Instagram page, which I'll give you my handles later. But you can order this online. So, and I do have instructional DVDs, which I forgot to mention. I do have a line of, and I've got to stop saying DVDs because the DVDs are on sale because that's obsolete, right? Becoming obsolete. There's still a few people that have
a couple.
Yes, they're the DVD player. Sorry.
Right. So but we have digital instructions now.
Yes, I do have digital downloads which are available online too, so you can order either one. I kept the DVDs up there because there are still, when I go to the shows, I still sell a lot of my DVDs because a lot of people have that. So you have the option to do both. But I decided to get it branded, again, good business practices. I decided to brand it properly. I commissioned a company to make the hair for me and also package it so that way it gives it more of a professional look.
Exactly.
So it's only sold by me, for me, so that you can use.
Oh, that's awesome. So why did you come up with the hair? What made you say, you know what, I need this hair?
Well, okay, so this hair was already in existence. The curly twist hair years ago. And then they decided to do away with it.
Okay.
I had already come up with this style. So I am the originator of the curly twist.
Okay.
And when they stopped making it, I found another company that would still be able to get it for me. They stopped making it for me, and I thought, well, why am I going through a third party? Why, cut out the middleman, and check it out for myself. And that's exactly what I did. You can do, as entrepreneurs, you can create your own hairline also.
Oh, wow.
If you
Okay.
have a product that you want to make,
Mm-hmm.
all you have to do is send the sample of what you're looking for, and then, go through how you want it done. They'll send you, just kind of go back and forth with each other in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the actual product until you get it to where you want it, and then you have it packaged.
Oh, wow. So
Yes.
I hope y'all, did y'all just hear that? Let me know. Give me the thumbs up if y'all like, mm-hmm. Next year I'm not having bundle hair. Next year I'm gonna have this type of hair, and I'm gonna have this type of hair. So that was great that you come up with that. So give us your website. How can we find this hair?
My website is Twist and Curves.
Uh-huh.
TwistandCurves. My website, my pages, my Instagram, my Twitter, all my handles across the board are Twist and Curves.
Love it.
Even if you put in Sassy Curly Twist, or you forget and put in Twist and Curves, it's still going to take you to Twist and Curves.
Awesome, awesome. So
Yes.
we have a here. I don't know whether y'all seeing this tonight. I need some hearts. Y'all gotta let me know that y'all like, yes, I can do this. We see we have a hair. Like I said, this is no bundle hair. There's no lace frontal hair. Everybody has that. This is a different hair. So if you're out there doing the curly twist, or if you're doing any type of, you want to set yourself apart, this is the type of hair that you can have on hand. First of all, you can retail the hair. You can do your services with this hair to be different in a community. Everybody's selling bundle hair. I can get bundle hair from everywhere now, literally.
Right.
And that's not knocking everybody who's selling that,
By
but
the
this is
way,
something
this is not
different.
human hair. It's not human hair.
Okay.
It is Kineclon
Uh-huh.
hair. So it's different from buying bundles. This is here specifically for
For
braiding.
exactly, exactly. So
Yes.
who do y'all know have hair spe-
You are a mess.
specifically for braiding? Y'all see I had to put the quotes on about 4 times. Who do you know have hair for braiding, right? And us in the industry, an industry professional that have hair for braiding. I'm not talking about going to get the I can't even think of the name that you go in a beauty supply store and get. But I'm not talking about any other the connect line that we use out of the beauty supply store to go and buy the hair that we do all the braids with. I'm talking about which beauty professional do you know that have hair for braiding? I don't know
And
nobody,
this is not
honestly.
sold in the beauty supply store. You can only purchase it via Maria.
Okay, so there's another one. Now y'all see why I had to rephrase the word pioneer. Like, you can't just say that regular. You got to put a little twist on that, right? Pioneer.
You're a mess.
And
You're
pause
a
after
whole
you say
mess.
and you got to pause after you say it. You can't just keep running with that one. Yeah, we got Maria Thomas, the pioneer. No, you got to be like, Maria Thomas, the pioneer. I got to slow down. So we have a hair we taught at Mazzani Educator. Tell us a little bit about your educator journey. What made you want to become an educator? We know we mentioned earlier that you took a class and you saw that, teaching is a gift. So what is it that you teach, and when was it that you realized that you had that gift of teaching?
So, as I said earlier, the first class I took in New York was Francine Tukunono. I don't even know if she's still doing here, but I went to her class. And while the class was in progress, I sat there and figured out, hold on a minute. I'm looking around and I'm watching the whole thing. I'm like, this is me. I said, I can do this. I'm very good at running my mouth and I love working with people. And I also like helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, the next one I took, I was flicking through a magazine. I started to do my research,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that Talia Wajid was also teaching classes. So I flew to Atlanta. It cost me over $1,500 between my flight, my hotel, and paying for her class that weekend. Um, Francine's class cost me That was about $800.
Okay.
I'm giving you how much I paid for a reason.
Okay.
Because in order to get to where you need to go, you have to spend that money.
Mm-hmm.
I took classes and I knew a lot of the stuff that they was teaching, I already knew it. But
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure I did not miss anything in what I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you've been to the World Natural Hair Show, which is what Talia does, she asked me to be one of her educators. So that was the first show that I taught at. Oh my goodness. We had a classroom of 60 students, and I
Wow.
was in hug heaven. I totally and completely enjoyed every minute of it. However, the best part of teaching that class, and we were all like minded educators in there. Halfway through, we all huddled in a corner because we were all excited, like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. And then we said, what did you learn?
Mm.
So, as educators, we were teaching, but we were all asking each other, so far, what have we learned?
Right.
So not only was we there to teach, we was also taking in all the stuff that we were also learning. It
Right.
made the class that much more exciting.
Right.
So sometimes you have to remember you don't know it all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the smartest one in the room, then
Go
you
to
need to
another
get out.
room.
Exactly, because you need other people that are smarter than you so that you can continue learning.
Right.
So from there, I decided the natural hair industry was just coming up, and we had the natural hair Nazis and the do it yourself and all the potions and the motions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I figured I needed to teach at the Bronner Brothers show because for me, I needed to get to the stylist so the stylist could teach the consumer.
Right.
And the hair shows is where I can reach an audience. So for the Bronner Brothers show, I kept sending in my paperwork and it kept being rejected. And I thought, I don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm.
I put on my clothes, got on a plane, went to the Bronner Brothers show, got Mr. Bronner himself, backed him up on the stairs. I had my professional portfolio, all my published work. I had a cover letter, my business card, and I handed it to him. He went through everything. I explained what I wanted. I said, I noticed you have a wonderful curriculum and headline of different classes and educators, but what you don't have are natural hair stylists. And that's what I'm here for. And after he read everything, he was like, oh my gosh, this is really nice, blah, 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 blah. And then he looked at me and he says, how can I help you? What do you want? And I said, my classroom. And he
Wow.
said, you got it. Go see Janet. Told me where to go, what to do. And I went. In other words, if you know you want to do something, don't take no for an answer.
Right.
It's not what we say, it's
It's
how we
how you
say it.
say it. Yes.
It's not what you do, it's how you go about doing it. And from then I taught at the Bronner Brothers. I would say that was back in, I think it was 201. And I was already teaching at the premiere. No,
Mm-hmm.
I think Bronner came first, and then I started to teach at the premiere show. I still teach there every year. We're what, 2000?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been teaching at premiere for about 18 years now. And I love when I have a classroom in front of me of hungry stylists just eager to learn.
Right.
And the one thing that I always try to instill in people is set yourself apart from everybody else. We all know that there are a ton of locticians who do locks, there are a ton of stylists who do cutting and color, and you can go to certain strips and there's a stylist on not every corner, but
Mm-hmm.
every other shop is a stylist. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. If you are handling your business the way you should be handling your business professionally, um, you should have no problems. It really doesn't matter who's beside you, it's okay. The
Right.
other thing that you want to do is I always teach, stay in your lane. I
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I have a partnership of other stylists around me who can cut, who can color, who do techniques that I don't do.
Mm-hmm.
Your rapport with your client starts when they call you to make that initial appointment. So excuse me, when somebody calls and they say, oh, I would like to get, let's just say, lock extensions.
Right.
Now, I do lock extensions, but let's just say I didn't know how to do them.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than put that person in my chair and trying to figure it out, I will say to them, I don't do lock extensions, but let me give you the number of Mary over here that does.
Right.
How did you find me? Oh, I found you on the internet. Well, when you get a minute, please look at my page, because I don't do lock extensions, but these are some of the other things that I do. I really appreciate you taking the time to call.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get through to her, let me know and I'll see what I can do.
Right.
What do you think that client is going to do?
They're gonna call, and if they can't get through, they're gonna call you back and be like, hey, I called and I didn't get an answer. Right.
Right. But not only that, you've also told them a plethora of other things that you do.
Exactly.
So, and then the other thing that, well, now what I do, if somebody calls me, especially like they want to start locks, which is my specialty,
mm-hmm.
I make sure I go through certain things with them, that even if they don't use me right there and then,
mm-hmm.
in my experience over the years, they always end up back in my chair.
Right.
Because they realize that that initial conversation that I had with them, the person who they went to just said, sure, come on in.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't walk them through that consultation and walk them through the experience of what's going to happen to them in their lock journey. So they were totally, completely exact. So
let me go back over here. She explained it a little bit better. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I enjoy about teaching is the informing people. And then when I got the opportunity to work with Mazzani, that was like a dream,
mm-hmm.
because I've always liked the product. And yes, Mazzani does have a natural hairline.
Mm-hmm.
And I was brought in to teach their educators. I was totally and completely humbled to be able to do so. And that was a wonderful experience, because of course, a lot of things that they do, I don't do. And the things I do, they don't do. So we all were teaching each other, learning from each other. And it's a beautiful thing when you're always learning.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Yes. Always learning. So we have a lot of information, guys. Let me see them thumbs up. Where's these thumbs at? Because you like, listen, I need a nap, because I just got too much information right now. And I got to go to sleep in order to process this information. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up. Make sure that we are sharing relevant information with you, so that we can continue to bring special guests on who have the knowledge that we need in order to grow. So Maria, let us know, do you have any classes coming up? How can we reach out to you? We have twistandcurves.com and Twist and Curves on all platforms. But is there any classes you have coming up, or any tutorials you may have out there that we can get in touch with you with? How else can we learn from you?
Right now, because of what's going on, my instructional DVDs are online. Okay. So my instructional digital downloads are online in both formats.
Okay.
You can also call me if you want to do a one-on-one. We can do something online. That's not a problem.
Okay.
And I'm one of those, I'm reachable. I'm old school, so I do pick up the phone. So you can always reach me on 860-523-4844.
Okay, wait, pause.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who y'all know giving out their phone number? I hope y'all wrote that down. If you didn't write that down, you're going to have to wait, and you're going to have to rewind it, and you're going to have to play it again. Like she said, the number is, we're not going to repeat that. Y'all hit the thumbs up if y'all got that number. Otherwise, I need y'all to go back, and I need y'all to write this down. This is why it's so important to share it out. Because you have a friend out there who's a natural hairstylist who probably need a little help. You like, she need a little help, and I can't help her. She just got a phone number on here that's going to be able to help your friend who's struggling that you can't help. So if you haven't already done so, please go ahead on and hit that share button. See? Yes, okay. They like, okay. So somebody caught that. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I had just had to jump in there to make sure that they listening. That's all. Okay, so we got the phone number in.
As far as what I teach,
mm-hmm.
They can go to the website.
Okay.
If you go to the website and then go to classes or education,
mm-hmm.
it has an outline of all the classes that I teach, what techniques I teach, excuse me, And of course, if you need something customized, because with braiding, there's so many different techniques.
Right.
Senegalese twist, silky locks. Um, I remember teaching a class on silky locks, and I asked everybody what was a silky lock, and everybody sat looking at me puzzled. And I said to them, "Do you know that the Bohemian locks are silky locks?" And they got that puzzled list. And I went through silky lock, folks locks, goddess locks, and the Bohemian, and basically showed them that all of those were the same things. It's just a matter of different hair and different techniques that you've added to the one technique to get to where you need to go.
Yes.
And that's what I mean by when you're teaching, you have to know what you're teaching. So when you come to one of Maria's classes, because of my knowledge and experience from way back, I'm teaching you everything.
Yes.
And even though we might not use certain techniques anymore, you're going to find that the new techniques is a derivative of the old
techniques. Yes.
And there's a lot of times where you have to revert back and incorporate all of those techniques. So knowing how to do one enables you to do the other.
Yeah, you guys you best to. I ain't gonna say better or need to. You best to reach out. I remember sitting in one of your classes one time and you asked, I still remember this question you asked. And I was like, what? I was dumbfounded because I was like, I think I know the answer, but I don't know the answer. Because if you asking the answer, then maybe I don't know. But you asked the question of what's the difference in a Dutch braid, a French braid, and a cornrow. And nobody said nothing. That silence that we just had, that's literally what everybody said. And then everybody was like, it was whispers, guys. I'm telling you, it was whispers because it was like, well, I think I don't, can you just tell us? And you broke it down and said, okay, what do you think is a Dutch braid? And just one part of the question, everybody's like, well, it goes like this. Everybody started doing the hand movement. And you reiterated with the hand movement on how it goes and what the difference of it is. And literally, I don't think I learned nothing else. I was done for the rest of the class. Like that little piece.
If you can go to a class and come away with one thing that you can take back to increase your business, then that class was worth it.
It sure was.
And
it was well worth it.
Yeah. I've sat down. I remember when the Kinky Twist came out. I knew how to do it. I had it in my ear, but I took the class because I wanted to make sure. You have to realize when I start my class like learning how to braid. The first thing I say to them is, "Let me see how you braid."
Right.
And all of them, the fingers are in different places. Some are under, some are over, some are out. You'll be surprised at how everyone braids. So once you see how someone braids, it can then help you. So I want to make sure when I went into this young lady's class, I wanted to make sure that what I already knew, she didn't have something to add to what I already knew.
Right.
You never know what more you can learn. Or she might do the same Senegalese twist, Kinky Twist, but the way she does it, that's what I need to do. And it works easier for you to make your work go faster. So all those little tidbits help.
Yes. So you guys make sure that you reach out, get you a personal class. If you are not quite sure, even if you got that questionable, because I'm telling you, the one question she asked in there, I was like, I don't want to know nothing else. I'm done. Can we go? Like, I got my information right off the bat. I think I did actually sit in your class and I learned other things throughout, but that's truly what stuck with me. And I do natural hair, but I don't do natural hair. But just piece of it, and I definitely don't do braids. Like, you can't get me to, if I'm not braiding for some type of hair extensions, I'm not braiding. But just for you explaining that little bit right there, the braider in me was like, you know what that is? And the outside me was like, we don't know what that is. Can we get a clarification? So you guys definitely make sure that you reach out to Maria if you're looking to take other classes. See what classes it is that she have to offer. Maybe you don't need to purchase a digital download. Maybe you need just some one-on-one classes because you think you got it and a digital class is not going to help you. You're like, I need some more one-on-one time because that's not how you learn. You don't learn through watching the video. You learn through someone looking at physically showing, no, turn your hand this way. flip your hand this way, put them together this way. Like, if that's how you learn, definitely reach out so that you can get that further education that you need. And I'm gonna put this one last tip in there, right, to sum all this education up.
I have one more thing I wanted to add to that.
Okay.
Is the locks.
Okay.
The locks is something that I specialize in and I do have a passion for, because there are a lot of stylists out there who feel all they need to do is to take the lock, twist it, pin it down, and they're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when people are finished with the class, they're like, oh, wow, I really didn't know there was all that. There's so much more to doing twisting the hair. There are techniques, there are do's and there are don'ts, because a lot of times stylists are thinning out their own clients here and then talking about medication, hereditary, and all that kind of stuff. No, you're just over twisting their hair too tight.
Right.
So that's the main thing that I give classes on, lock styles, teaching you how, because knowing how to style, how to groom someone's locks is one thing. But knowing how to style and have your clients walking out looking like a goddess is even sweeter.
Yes.
So I'm on lockdown, so there's nothing done with mine. But yeah, that's what I really enjoy doing. I have a passion for the locks. So if that's something that you're interested in, please make sure you get in touch.
Yes, you guys definitely reach out. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some takeaways. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't care what it is that you like. I'm gonna get this because I already know this. No, you're gonna find something that you're gonna know, because just it's the way you teach is different. Like, I've been in several classes, and you can always learn a nugget or two in every class that you attend. This is why we do Build Your Salon Business Talk, so that we can have our special guests come in and give you guys out there nuggets that you like. You know what? I'm gonna try that. I listened and I heard this. So you only hear and you can only learn the things that you need to apply at that given time. Out of everything we said tonight, you might have one small takeaway that can apply to you right now. You may have to come back and watch this next week and pick up something else that you didn't learn the first time, because it honestly probably didn't apply for you right then. There was no reason for you to use that information then. So make sure that you guys reach out to Maria so that you can get some classes. If you think you know braids, just go on over there and be nosy. I'm going to just tell you that. If you think I know braids, I don't need to take no braid class. I learned everything. If that's you, just go on over there and be nosy and see what she teaching. That's all I need you to do. Go on over there and see what it's about, so you can find something that you probably don't already know. Thank you. I'll put that out there. For everybody that think you see, I gotta cover the people that's like, I'm gonna educate, and I gotta cover the people that be like, I don't need that. We got everybody. It's something for everybody out there. And like we mentioned earlier, our 3 tips that we gave away earlier was to always continue your education. So even when you think you know everything, it's something out there that you do not know. Trust me. And to work in an open atmosphere, so that way you can continue to absorb from those around you. Even if you go from working in an open salon to going to work in your suite because you like, I can't be bothered with nobody no more. I'm getting too old for this. Like, I can't do it. Just going in your suite knowing that you absorb the information that you need at that moment. You probably didn't need anything else. You probably needed to go and try and develop yourself or rebrand yourself away from others. And that's understandable. We also talked about number 3 was to take business classes. So make sure that you go and take business classes, whether locally in your community, whether you attend shows, even if you think that class is not for you, but that's an interesting title. Just go look and see what it's about. I've jumped in some classes based on the title, and when I found out what the information was, I was like, okay, I don't need that. It was literally like taking you back to basics, like how to set up your business if you don't know that, how to set up an S corp, how to go out and find an accountant, how to set up your bank account, things like that I've already established when I was in a class that's what they were teaching. I was like, okay, I don't need this class, but you got me on a title. As I went out the class though, I told someone else to go in it. Maybe they needed, maybe they didn't, but I felt the need to share because I couldn't absorb anything from that. And I bounced into another class that I was like, man, I done missed 30 minutes of this class. So always educate yourself. Find some local classes. We also talked about Maria having her own synthetic Connect-A-Line hair. We ain't talking about no bundles. We ain't talking about no bundles, no lace fronts, no 360s, no none of that. We talking about our own Connect-A-Line hair that we can use for braiding, that we can use to do twist with, we can use to give our clients style with, that we can increase our income with, because we can also sell this hair, provide the service. They can get their protective styles, if that's the word you want to use for them. They can get a protective style also, but they can be able to style this hair. So we're not talking hair extensions, bundles, or anything like that. I don't know where y'all know nobody at that have their own Kaneka line hair. This is the first person I've ever had on that have their own Kaneka line hair. So definitely head on over to twistandcurves.com. You guys have that link down in the comment box. If not, look down below in the information so that you can go right on over to twistandcurves.com. That is twistandcurves.com. Twistandcurves.com. Oh, curves, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any curves. I had the twist of the neck. Oh, God. Maria, is there any last words that you have for us tonight?
The only thing I have to say is to just know your worth, do you, be you, set yourself apart from everybody else. If everyone's doing it square, you do round, stand out, stick out, but know you and just feel good about you. Oh, one more thing.
Okay.
Because of what we're going through, everybody knows how I finish my lives. Or
here we go. Get ready,
don't
y'all.
Don't forget to hug and compliment someone. You never know whose day you're making.
Yes.
So I had to change that because we can't physically hug someone. So now I say, don't forget to text or call someone, because you never know whose day you're making. We're all going through a lot of things. We're okay, but we're not okay. So please, please, please make sure we check on each other. I had 3 deaths last week, 3 deaths of people I know personally, had nothing to do with COVID, but people are dropping left, right, and center. So make sure we keep in touch. And more important, keep yourself edified. Make sure you take in knowledge. If it's spiritual, jump online. Elisha is doing a lot of things to keep you all going. Read a book. Find something to do, dancing, cooking, do something to keep yourself mentally and spiritually elevated.
Thank you so much, Maria. We appreciate you all.
And thank you for having me.
Yes, not a problem. We'll have you back because I know you still got some years to go and you got some more things under your belt. So we're definitely going to have you back on in the future so that we can absorb more of what you have, that you can continue to elevate us. As always, guys, it is great. Look, we have a pioneer on tonight. I hope you guys learned.
Get it right, darling. Master pioneer.
Oh, I've been forgetting the master all night. What? Okay. We have a master pioneer.
There you go.
On tonight. You gotta make sure you guys put that pause in there.
You ain't right. I had to go there.
But thank you for correcting us, guys. As always, we enjoyed having you on. Thank you, Master Pioneer, for taking your time out tonight to be with us, to share your information. We will talk to you. We'll be around. You guys make sure that you go out and find Twist and Curves everywhere. I don't care what platform you on. Just pop it into the thing. It's going to come up no matter which platform you on. Instagram, web, Google, Safari, all that great stuff. You'll be able to find her through there and be able to connect with her on different platforms. She is a wonderful resource of information that just love to share her knowledge. She has, I can't even say no more. But thank you, Maria. I appreciate you for tuning in with us tonight.
You're welcome. I do have another page on Instagram outside of my Twist and Curves. It's called Braids with an S, Braids, Locks with an S, and what is it? Braids and Lock Classes.
There you
go. Braids and Lock, yes. And I did that. That page strictly focuses on education.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why I did that page. So that's only on Instagram, and it's called Braids and Locks Classes.
Braids and Locks Classes.
Braids and Lock Classes.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. So you guys go ahead on over.
Once you put it in, it should pop up.
Yeah. You guys go ahead on over on Instagram and make sure you guys find that link, Braids and Lock braids and locks classes so that we can
Yes,
get
as
that
well as twists
education.
and curves.
Yes, as well as twist and curve. Yes. So head on over to that link so that we can get connected. We can continue our education. Maria, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you for tuning
you.
in tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Love you as always.
Love you too.
All right, guys, you know this has been a wonderful time as always on Build Your Salon Business Talk. We have our guest experts that come on, that share information with us, that share their knowledge with us, that help us get over hurdles and help us get to our next levels. I love just bringing a special guest on that can push us, you know, because sometimes you just need that extra little push that just go. And that's what this platform is all about. We're all about bringing other professionals on that have that knowledge that can help us get over the hurdles, that can help us get to our next level, that are willingly sharing their information that can help anyone at any level of this journey. Now, I educate others and I work with my VIP mentorship program. If you guys are interested in getting help getting to your next level, as always, be sure to head on over to my membership. That is Salon Business Blueprint Club. This is a membership platform that I have a plethora of courses, live classes. We have our own community forum right there on the platform, and I myself is your coach right there inside of the membership. That website is buildyoursalonbusiness.com, buildyoursalonbusiness.com, so that I can help you start building a bigger, better, more profitable beauty business today. Head on over to buildyoursalonbusiness.com. And as always, Build Your Salon Business Talk airs every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next Tuesday, we'll have a special guest. Who will it be? We don't know. You're just going to have to tune in next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see who it is, to get those tips and tricks that you need in order to grow your business to the next level. And until next time, you know the deal. I'll talk to you soon.